G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Bloodied explosive Gatling plasma with faster reload. Now, we've seen this weapon before pre-patch, but what does it perform like post-patch? Pretty damn well. I did mess around with this thing before I took my month hiatus, but for the sake of, testing out weapons and seeing what kind of damage they're capable of in the multiplicative damages Gone World, except for explosive, I think that's still multiplicative for some reason. I don't know, probably to make it more powerful, I guess, but yeah, 63 damage doesn't seem like a lot, but I feel like most of the damage on this is unlisted anyway. So we've got a build here, and it's quite an abomination. It's not really quite finished yet, and I'm going to need a lot more perk points to get it set up properly, but as you can tell, we've got a little bit less in perception than usual. We've got a little bit more in perception, less in strength, but we've got extra intelligence, which means I can use stabilized batteries included, batteries included for that, and then the one that makes the Gatling lasers and the power armor take up less fusion core things, so I can run that and carry all of the ammo things around and run stabilize at the same time. And if I'm not using any of that, I can chuck in gunsmith, and that'll just allow me to make the weapon survive a little bit longer. But in this case, we're going to chuck on the demo expert perk, very nice, and bloody mess goes on. Stepping away from the defensive bonus of the one gun army perk, I feel like that's probably overkill with this thing anyway. We might be killing stuff fast enough to not really roar into the use of that. So we're going to get Ricochet to add in with the tanking, which we've got Dodgy and Action Girl to bolster and synergize off of that. Nerd Rage is there, so we're going to get ourselves into Nerd Rage in a second. But for now, let's seek out and apply some of these perks. Never been easier to find those things. As you can tell, all of the melee stuff is basically gone except for you. Goodbye. And that's more perk points to my name. So yeah, I've made a decision. Miranda Tinkerbell is for shotgunning and heavy gunning only, which means Becca will fill in the role of melee exclusively, but shotguns on the side because, she needs to cripple stuff. We've also got Tenderizer and a little bit more in endurance than usual because we kind of need to tank some stuff, and that'll just bolster my tanking abilities anyway. So yep. Now doing 110, which is not quite double, but almost there. Also, legendary perks. Avert your eyes, children. This is very offensive. That's going to be useless except for when I'm shotgunning, but we've got that for tanking. We've got extra points here so I can shuffle points around and get points where I need to, and that is a little bit more underpowered. For a heavy gunner role where they kill a lot of stuff very quickly, and crowd control is kind of a thing that you need to be good at. That, at max rank, I believe you get 20% out of it, is pretty massive. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do on this build to set it up right, but I don't know, maybe we'll have triple XP at Christmas time, right? So I can sit here and spend my Christmas playing Fallout 76 because, I don't know, I guess I deserve it. I must have been horribly cruel to puppies in my last life to not only have my car wrecked at the end of the year, but to play Fallout 76 during my holidays. Okay, now we're dressed up a little bit like a trash can with a visor, and we're doing 208 damage at Nerd Rage. There it is, right there. I've also got Strangleheart, which does have some cool synergies with, Ricochet, which T originally reported on, and then someone took the idea and claimed it as theirs. Okay, so here we are outside of the Judas Priest concert. What do I mean by that? Well, if we keep spamming the car emoji, we can make a Judas Priest reference. Ram it down. The chorus goes, thousands of cars and a million guitars. We just want the thousands of cars, alright? Spam car emotes in the chat. Be advised, we need some cars in the chat. We need some cars in the comments. And if it happens to spread to other videos and other, people on the internet, well, they're going to be annoyed, but you know what? It's for my car. My car needs me, and I need you for my car that needs me in turn. There's a very dependent system here. Also, I'm slaughtering everything very easy, so I'm not super worried about this thing being underpowered. It's still kind of in the ridiculously overpowered state that it was in pre-patch, so not even the old damage nerf can give this anything to really get it down. And let's go this way. Hopefully I'll have the AP to sail across these, and we'll give them the old, I don't know, AC 130, just without the stealth boys that PvP usually use. That's a cool meta. They've just figured out that, okay, we can maintain flight if we spam these quantums and rain explosive death from above. I forgot my quantums today, apparently. And that's how crazy PvP has got. Take a look at it back what it was. You know, at the early stages, we thought missile launches were the way to go, but no, people just kept finding powerful things. And the question is, for the PvP players, where does it go from there? Have they hit the limit on that? And conceivably, yeah, because what could they possibly do that's stronger than that? Unless they change, Bethesda changed some things to make that approach unreliable or not as good as it was. But I don't know. PvPers, let us know in the chat, because it's not something that I tend to explore in this game because I find the mechanics frustrating. But I do find the, I guess, the evolution of the meta very interesting. If you're wondering why the capacity is so large on this, it's because the plasma cores that I did craft prior to recording this were all boosted by the Ammo Smith perk, which gives you additional charge on your plasma cores as you craft them, rather than creating extra bullets. So, you know, if you gained extra bits of plasma core, like few bits of extra plasma core while crafting it, you know, that's not 20%, so that's interesting. Moving on to these guys now, and yes, I see it. Thank you. Very rude of you to interrupt my recording. Just kidding. Oh, that smells good. I'm eating that. That's ribs too. That's ribs. Sorry, vegans, I'm a meat eater. You may post your hate in the comment. You will be drowned in cars though, so they're not particularly vegan either, because they eat oil, which is made from like fossilized dinosaurs, aren't they? Speaking of dinosaurs, this thing is ripping up like a T-Rex in a china shop. We've moved on from bulls. Bulls are boring, they're just big cows. But T-Rexes in a china shop, you can bet the place will be leveled in less than 5 minutes. So yeah, speaking to this weapon's credit, and well, it's powerful. It makes the game very easy, and if you want this game to be a doormat, grab yourself one. Next dupe wave, they'll be selling hot. But if you pay for this thing with real money, then you should be ashamed of yourself, because you're feeding into this possibly quite illegal network of... Shut up, Super Mutant. That wasn't too easy. I just fucked up. Well, at least I missed this doggo. Yeah, the spread on this thing makes the explosives very easy to kill yourself with. So, you know, exercise a little bit of caution whilst you're going through these close quarters places, because it is very dangerous. Even if you have fireproof, it's gonna melt through you very quickly. I think I got melted into a goo pile there. Anyways, we're done here. We're out of Nerd Rage, but honestly, that probably won't be too much of a problem. And apparently, I still haven't used a plasma core yet. That's weird. Okay, time to wake up the trailing masses of the tools, because, well, the easiest and most efficient way to get these guys killed is just kind of to round them up for a bit. Now, we've got Strangleheart Power Armor, which does give us the like tiniest bit of damage over time and a thing around us, so as soon as they get hit by that, they're gonna be kind of mad at me, and they're gonna be flooding out the door. Like you wouldn't believe in a moment here. We're actually in Nerd Rage now, and now we hold down the trigger and just let the XP roll in. And hopefully the giblets don't bounce enough close to me for me to die from it, because that has happened on occasion. You lose health very, very quickly. Is that all of them? No, we're still in danger. Yeah, there's always a couple of smart ghouls here and there that say, you know what, let's not do that. The ones that aren't dragged into the well, that was a quick ghoul right there. They aren't dragged into the circle jar. Now, this is obviously commentary on the Reddit community for Fallout 76. I wonder how many people are pissed off by saying that. And this is just kind of bizarre, really. There we go, we've made use of concentrated fire. I told you this perk setup wasn't useless and absolutely pointless. So, with many tool giblet thrown about and, you know, pasted onto the nearby walls, let's just get out of here and we'll kill Swan very, very quickly. Not as quickly as that, though. Is it double score? I think it is. Okay, so a big thing has happened today. I don't know if the people have been pissed off about this, but I know there's been some aggravation towards the new Vault shit, which is, I mean, why would you care about that when there's something a little bit more pressing that's going on with the Atom Store? Like predicted, I said this months ago, but I said they're going to add those lunchboxes into the Atom Store, and then you're going to have to pay like atoms for it, which, you know, means money, and well, they have. I think the rate is about 150 per lunchbox, which is, ooh, I mean, sure you can use it, but it doesn't really give you a whole lot of gameplay advantages, but that's edging on like the premium sort of pay-to-win shit, isn't it? It'd be interesting to see if all of the usual detractors of 76 sleep on this or not, because I expect that one to get a little bit of momentum, but I don't know. The whole hate crowd for this game has been a little bit quiet since, well, after Wasteland has come out, and even some of these dipshit games journalists have said, hey, this game's not so bad now. You know, most offensively after the patch where they removed all of the damage and I couldn't solo a Scorched Beast clean in less than 30 seconds, but whatever, to each their own. Okay, so as we continue, this is one of those weapons that, I think, is that the first one we've run a thing dry? Maybe. But anyways, what I was getting at before I was interrupted by funky reloads and everything, this is the kind of weapon that makes your build not matter, because I could have basically no perks and any damage benefiting things at all, and I'd still be crushing everything like this. A little bit less sport than even Stealth Commandoing, which, you know, I guess was an exploit because they changed all of the multiplier bonuses from stealth to additives. There's the Queen. Let's make some use out of this concentrated fire, baby! Let's go for the legs. We're a bit too close there. It's gonna kill me. Ah, I got revived from the power armor perk. Where'd the Queen go? Did I kill it? Oh. See? Okay, maybe my legendary perk card loadout isn't as bad as I thought. What is the percentage of that? Because I think I just procced that twice. 20%. You know what? That's fairly reliable. If I give that another rank, what do I get out of that? Tell me. 30% chance, and I'm guessing the final rank is 40. That's good. Like, that's proper AC 130 meta stuff, because even if you do get killed, nope, you got a 40% chance to just resist to death. You just say, nah, not today, mate. Let's move on. Now, a perk like, say, the follow-through, which actually does give you a multiplicative bonus, for 10 seconds. The whole plan with that was, you know, you're fighting against L, you're shooting him solo, right? So, you just do a quick sneak attack critical with a suppressed shotgun, and then you've got extra damage against him for, how many seconds is it? Is it 10? It is, yeah, 10 seconds, which, you know, for a full burst of the Gatling plasma, you're going to be putting out a lot of bullets and a lot of damage, though. So, you know, that's my thinking behind that. Whether it's worth it is probably up for people who want to crunch the numbers to decide, but, you know, I feel like my strategies are pretty good. I'm a smart fella. Not like that Scorched Beast, who was a big dumb idiot who decided to land next to a person using a explosive energy weapon. The question is whether these things belong in the game as they are, because they are monstrously unbalanced, and like the way they're performing now, like if the damage nerf was targeted at bringing balance to the game, why in the hell are these things still in existence, you know? It just doesn't make any sense. Are they trying to feed this underground RMT operation? There we go. Let's get some concentrated fire. Goodness happening. We hit 0 of the shots there. What? Well, I'm not going to question that. I'm going to accept it. I mean, did you expect this thing to be bad? What, you think this is a troll video where I say, you know what, this thing is bad? Well, you're wrong. It's pretty good. Objectively so. Biggest problem with it is it's kind of hideous. Now, it's a little bit nitpicky of me, but if I want to draw a bad thing out of it, I guess the spin-up is a bit of a pain in the ass, but the payoff on the DPS after the spin-up means you just got to be thinking about where you want to be firing your bullets and when. like peeking around the corner. Spin up the barrel before you peek around the corner, so as soon as you emerge, you start firing. So there's ways to strategize your gameplay and to get around that. So, you know, it's a pain in the ass sometimes, but for the most part, you can get away with it pretty well. And if you're in big areas like this where long bursts aren't as punished because you won't be hitting a wall next to you, or you won't be missing too many shots, where you can just pepper the ground with explosions, it's not really that much of a problem at all. I can wait a couple of seconds for this thing to spin up before I unleash death. Fiery, explosive, plasma death on anything that looks like it's got a red health bar on it. But, yep, that's about it for me. I'm going to do a daily op now, and maybe I'll think about recording it. Just kidding, I won't. See ya.